excitement to women. And it's not shoes. It's toys. What kind of toys, you might ask?
Our next act has the distinction of having the most ridiculous introduction ever. I actually had to staple it. Our next comic was an important figure in the Rebel Alliance's struggle against the Galactic Empire. He is the twin brother of rebellion leader Princess Leia Alderaan, a friend mercenary of Han Solo, apprentice to Jedi, Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, the son of fallen Jedi Darth Vader, and Queen Amidala of Naboo. Please welcome Terence O'Brien.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fabulous Ramada Inn, circa 1979. This is the set from the old show. We don't get our own set. My name's Terence O'Brien, and as you've probably noticed, no, I'm not black. I'm Irish Catholic, and my parents, Jim and Betty O'Brien, again in the first row. Please, can you just move to the back? It's really distracting. My dad just turned 75 years old this year. 75. Of course, he's only been awake for 50 of them. He takes a lot of naps because he has this theory that you're only allotted so many waking hours throughout your lifetime, so he's trying to conserve all his to get to the very end. My mom, she's the one that insists that Terence is an Irish name, but she insists a lot of things that aren't true. She has a tendency to mess up words. We call it Betty Bonics. It's like English, but not quite. For example, she thinks the person that runs this place, and you may have seen his name all over the place, Tony Braithwaite, according to her, his name is Tony Brainsworth. And my mom drives a Mazda Miyagi, and when I was in 4th grade, we all went down to Epcot. So, she has that classic mom defense they always say, oh, you know what I mean. Yeah, I heard that a lot growing up. My brother, too. My brother's here with his wife. He's 4 years older than me, which means he got all the responsibility. He has 4 kids. And he's got a good job and a house, and I want to tell jokes for a living. So it seems appropriate. I wanted to be a pilot when I was younger, but because Mom and Dad are afraid of flying, I can't be a pilot. I still don't understand why that's the case, but a couple years ago, I decided I'm going to take a flying lesson. So I do, and I come back and I'm telling my parents all about it, and they're really nervous. They're asking all kinds of questions. And finally my mom says, did the instructor stay with you the whole time? No, halfway through he went outside for a cigarette and to check his emails. It's a plane, where's he gonna go? You know what I mean. So I'm a pilot, not a pilot, I'm a web developer, because I didn't know dildo salesman was an option, frankly, when I was at the guidance office. And, wow, I work from home, and because of that, I've got the work from home body. And the work from home body, it's not a question of being skinny or fat. There are degrees of fat. I'm work from home fat. And then after that, there's funny fat, and then Walmart fat, and then Rascal Scooter in Vegas fat. So the sad part about being, work from home fat, or I call it sad fat, is that it's not funny. You can't really tell fat jokes. But I'm also sort of pretty close to skinny, so if I wanted to, I could put in some work and get into shape. There's a couple problems with that. I'm incredibly lazy. I'm the kind of lazy that takes effort. A lot of times we'll just sit down to pee lazy because it's just easier. I don't know if you remember, because this was 3 hours ago when Mike Donovan was up here saying that Mike and I went to the prep, and he said he failed sex ed. This is both true and hilarious. Freshman year, I had to go to summer school for gym. But the problem with getting into shape for me is that I don't like sports. I don't like talking about them, I don't like watching them, and I don't like playing them. And you'd think this would be a problem living in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is known for being a huge sports town. But it's also Philadelphia, which means you don't have to know anything, you just need to have an opinion about it. So all I do is I either say, the Eagles are probably going to make the playoffs, but they're going to get knocked out early, or the Phillies really need to work on their pitching staff. I don't know what any of that means, but it's gotten me through every single sports conversation I've ever been stuck in my life. One of the reasons why I don't like sports is because I was forced to play them when I was younger, and I was terrible at every one of them. I think of all the sports I played, the one I hated most was baseball, because it's a lot of work. You know, the professional athletes will say that one of the hardest things to do is to learn how to hit a ball with a bat. And I guess so. I've never actually done it. My entire approach to baseball was I would just stand at home plate and I'd hope the pitcher was as bad as I was and just wait for 4 balls and then I could walk to first base. Because if I got good and actually managed to hit the ball, I'd have to run to first base. And then if I hit it really well, I'd have to run to second and run to third and run all the way home and I get a point. So what? I thought sports was supposed to teach you that, winning isn't everything, it's how you play the game. Well, to me, winning isn't anything, and I don't want to be here. So, the other reason why I've got the glorious body that I do is every year. It's the special time of year. It's not Thanksgiving or Christmas, no. It's Girl Scout cookie time. I love Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies are better than drugs. And they're really hard to find, too. They say that Girl Scout teaches young girls the values they'll need to know later in life, and I'm kind of convinced that what they're teaching young women is there's a lot of single guys that know that want what they have, so you should only make it available once a year and make it really hard to get. Make them work for it. So, being a single guy in the city, it's hard for me to find Girl Scout cookies because we don't have supermarkets, we don't have shopping malls, so there's no places where Girl Scouts, hang around. So I have to go find Girl Scout cookies. And every time I've done it, it's been a complete and total disaster. Because last year, for example, I figured, where am I going to find Girl Scouts? All right, I'll go to local elementary school. So around 3 o'clock, I go over to the elementary school, and I have my money in my hand so they know I'm serious. And as the girls come out, I say, excuse me, are you a Girl Scout? Hey, are you a Girl Scout? Are you a Girl Scout? And all of a sudden, I'm surrounded by a bunch of angry parents making wild accusations. I mean, first of all, you'd think you wouldn't have to actually say this, and I kind of know how it looks, but it's like when someone says they're not racist, and then they go ahead and say the most racist thing you've ever heard in your entire life, this isn't that. I am not a pedophile. I don't even like kids. And I'm trying to explain this to them, and I'm saying, look, it's really innocent. I just want to get at their cookies. Oh, you know what I mean! Thank you very much. I'm Terence O'Brien.